Hello, and welcome to another excursion on NTA's knowledge. I am Aisha Ladan Saluhu from Al-Muzzam International Academy. We are here to learn about broadcasting activities. Join us, let's learn together.
We are glad to have you here at NTA headquarters. This is Programs Library. This is what? Programs Library. Here in NTA we have two libraries, which is Programs Library and News Library. Programs Library take care of all the programs needs. That's all the programs that are being produced in Programs Directorate. So this library houses those programs. Before, we normally use tapes. You can see them here. You can see the tapes. But now that we've gone digital, so we no longer use these tapes again. So we deal now programs we deal in what? We deal in soft copies. So we no longer do these drives, these tapes again. So now we deal with soft copies. So any program that is being produced by any producer, they usually bring those programs here. So and also this library, before any program can go on air, so it must be certified by the officials of this library. So you can't just go and produce anything and just go and bang it on air. No. So you must bring it to this library for them to see it before it can go on air. Just like in your school. What do you normally do in your library at school? You do what? You read and you keep your books there. But this library is a special library. Say special library. It's a special library. So it's meant to take care of the needs of NTA alone. So nobody is allowed to come from outside and say, I want to come and read here, or I want to come and do anything. No. It's not It's not allowed. It is meant for the purpose of NTAs alone. So now that we have moved digital, so what we do now is we have computers at the other in the other office there. So that is where we keep our programs, and we have drives. I believe you must have heard about drives before. Flash drives, hard drives, yes. So that's what we use now to keep those programs because they are in soft copies. This schedule and this bigger one here is a network schedule. This is for second quarter. You can see April to June 2024 draft. So we normally prepare drafts ahead before the original one. So this one, everything we are going to air for that quarter. In a quarter, we have 3 months in each quarter. So whatever we are going to air for that 3 months is what is here. All the programs. We normally have programs from external bodies as well, apart from the ones that we produce here ourselves here. So we normally collect from other independent producers. There are people that they don't have TV in their organizations, but they want to be producing programs. They want people to be seeing them. So they produce and they bring to this library so that we can help them to do to air those programs. I see it. Just like the bigger version of what we use then at home. We must use a machine to play it. So you just insert it into it. So the machine will read the information that is being coded into it. Because after post-production, so this is what they use in those days to do to encode the work that you've done. The cameras we have too, they make use of this thing as a storage device. Can you get it? Now we have hard drives. We have flash drives as well as a storage device. If you open this camera now, it has a memory card. It's also a storage device, right? So this one then is being used. So they will just put in the way we have memory card here. Now, all this thing we are doing now is this camera is taking those information. All this now we are doing now they are information. So this camera is taking those information now. The same thing this camera is doing now in those days too. This is what they use. So all those information will be going into this tape. It will be going into this tape. Now after recording, they now remove it and put it into the DV machine. So that DV machine will now read the information therein. It's a code that is only that machine that can do I can read that code. Without that machine, that information is useless. Just like this tape is now. Without that information now, without that machine now, we can't know what is inside this thing.
There will be no information inside.
If you refuse to store any information inside, so you won't see anything inside. It's only when you store information inside, that is when you see the information.
When there is information inside, can you restore to a new one?
You can extract the information we have in that tape to a soft copy. Can you get it now?
Yes.
To a soft copy, you can extract it from the tape. So it's only possible with that one, with the help of the DV machine. Without the DV machine, there's no way you can get the information that we have here right now. There's no way you can get it. So it's only with the help of the DV machine that we can extract that information to the system, to the computer. So with that now, the computer will now give us that access to have the information raw.
How many of you will want to be reporters, going out as meeting President Tinubu, writing stories about him? Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Clap for yourselves. Okay, this is our network newsroom. This is where we gather all the stories. Most of our reporters have gone out for assignments. So they've gone to the field. We call it a news gathering. There are so many events holding today in Abuja and in other parts of Nigeria, right? So when they come in, they will sit here, use the computer to write their stories, okay? They will write their stories and maybe give it to a superior officer who will vet the story for them. And at the end of the day, they will sit in the computer and merge the story, the script, to the visual. That is why, pictures, you merge the picture with a script. Do you understand me? So you will write your script, then find a place to go and voice it. We call it narration, narrating the script, right? Then you come here, join the voice that you have taken and the visuals you took outside. Sit in this computer and edit it. This is the production room, the newsroom. Do you understand? And even in this newsroom, we have a platform where everything happening in all the states of the Federation, our reporters are everywhere. That's why we are called the largest network in Africa. Do you understand? Our reporters are everywhere in Nigeria. So everything that happens across the Federation today, it will drop on our platform, both the film and the script. And then we will now process it here, the newsroom. Choose the ones that are like hot news, the hottest news of the day, and then we now package them and we process them. And then a presenter, we go to the studio where you're about to go, and then she will now read it to Nigerians. While she's reading, somebody there is playing the visual, the report that has been packaged in these computers that you are seeing. So this is the strong room. This is the network newsroom. This is one of our reporters. She's back from an assignment. When I vet her script, she will now go to the studio. At the end of the day, she will post it to the studio where we have a playout server. We call it playout server. So in that playout server, when the newscaster reads what she has written as her introduction, then she will say, Muplan Dako reports. So you will now hear the film. You will hear her voice and the film that she has edited. At the end of the day, she will sign out. Muklan Dakok, NTA News. You understand it? You have to know a bit of everything. That is the life of a journalist. Thank you very much.
This is the
studio camera, and this is a camcorder. What is this? Okay, excuse me. What do you call this? What's this called? So in the actual sense, it's a television, but when you're in the studio, you don't call it a television. You call it a monitor. Okay? You call it a monitor. Okay? Okay, so this is one at a time. Just stay in that corner. So this is called studio light. You see, Uncle has a small light on his camera. You see it? But this one, just it's not doing. This one is like torchlight. But this is called studio light. If this whole place is black, if you on this, it's going to be like daytime. So we use this. If you are on the camera and the place is dark, by the time we put on these lights, everything will be very, very bright. If they on these lights for too long and you're under it, you start sweating. And nobody likes to be on television and be sweating. Okay? So I'm going to use two of you, for example.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Ladan Salihu from Al-Muzzam International Academy, plot 33, Ofem Oboma Street, CBN Choose Estate, Wumba, Abuja. We came to NTA for an excursion and an experience to learn about how NTA spreads information around Nigeria, around states and places. It spreads information, gives news headlines, and other things. Thank you. Academy. 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 We are the purpose of our academy. Al-Muzzam. Clap your hands for the school teachers, the head teachers, and the purpose of the school. We pray to Allah to bless us all. Al-Muzzam.
Thank you for coming.
We love NTA.
This is the much we can take for now. I hope you have learned one or two things. Thank you for joining us. My name is Hibbatullah Oiza. Bye for now.